Hey guys, welcome back and happy Saturday. All right, guys, well, we have some Vanderpump Rules news from Stassi Schroeder on letting us know where she stands today with Lisa Vanderpump, what she did after her firing, her future plans, and also figuring out what's going on with Tom and Tom's new bar shorts and Sandy's. We're doing kind of like a catch up on our Vanderpump Rules OG. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so the big question here is, well, is Stassi still in touch with Lisa Vanderpump after her firing from Vanderpump Rules in June of 2020? While appearing on a podcast last month, Stassi offered an update on where she stands with Lisa before discussing, and we didn't need to know this, her intimate relationship with her husband, Beau Clark, explaining how her friendships with Katie Maloney and Kristen Doty are different, and also revealing what she did after being fired from the Bravo reality TV series. After the hosts of the Skinny Confidential, him and her podcast, mentioned that Lisa had recently applauded Stassi as good television, Stassi admitted the comment was nice of her to say. She said, every time I've run into her and I see her, it's been very lovely conversation, and everything I see that she's been putting out there are things like that. So Stassi's like, okay, we're good. And before she did all of the madness, people really did like Stassi on the show or love to hate her. She kind of gave Lisa Rinna vibes where no matter what, she made for good reality TV until she went crazy far left, like saying the things that she did and doing the things that she did to Faith, which obviously got her canceled. And then it was like, well, you're not on reality TV anymore, girl. Now, getting back. Although Stassi admitted that she and Lisa were never close enough on close enough terms that they would call or text one another, they did have a cordial relationship throughout her employment. We were as close as a boss can be with someone. It's more, if I run into her, it's a nice experience and I enjoy running into her. As for her marriage to Beau, Stassi actually said that now that the two of them are parents to their 1-year-old daughter, Hartford, she has to be more intentional about their love life. I plan certain days. He doesn't know that I'm planning it, but I know that on this day and during, this snap, I will initiate this. Beau now knows not to even initiate anymore. Just let me initiate when she said, horny. Okay. At least it's not too calculated where he doesn't know. He's like, oh, surprise, this is what we're doing? Okay. When Stassi was then asked about her friendships with Katie and Kristen, she admitted that she and Kristen weren't nearly as close. Katie is my baby's godmother. She's one of my closest friends, and I'm friends with Kristen, but it's not the same. We're all going in different directions, and our lives are so different. I don't have time to just be like, be a bitch of WeHo, which they used to call themselves the witches of WeHo. So I'm guessing she's like, Mom, I don't have time to be a bitch of WeHo. While Stassi didn't exactly say why her relationship with Kristen is different, she proceeded to discuss her desire for low maintenance friends. I just feel like your friends should match your level of, what it is. So when somebody needs extra or needs, me to text them every day or hang out all the time, I'm like, no, I'm a low maintenance friend. That's what I need from you. And that is kind of annoying. I will say that. Like, I have friends, actually I don't, because I don't live in California anymore. I mean, I have friends in California and in Florida, but in Florida, I don't have any high maintenance friends who are texting me every 5 seconds and like, Adam, can we hang out? Can we do this today? No. California, I did have that. And if I wouldn't hang out sometimes, like say I hung out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then, it was Thursday, Jason's like, well, what are we doing? Do you want to hang out with me? Can we spend some time together? I would be like, oh, well, my friends. And he's like, Adam, your friends, really? And then my friends would be like, Adam, you're not hanging out with us. What's wrong with you? Is everything okay? And I'm like, that is a high maintenance friend. So I see what she's saying. After Stassi was fired for her past racist behavior nearly 2 years ago, she took a break from social media to focus on the things she was focusing on other things. Obviously, it wasn't her brands or anything like that because she got fired from all of that as she prepared for the arrival of her daughter. I never went on social media. I went on Pinterest. That was my only safe space for social media. I decided to zone out, do nothing, and focus on what makes me feel happy and healthy. And I just watched Outlander for like a whole summer long and bought Halloween and Christmas decorations 7 months prior to the actual holidays. And she said she baked 24/7 and learned how to make a Yule log. What a summer for Stassi Schroeder. Also, during her podcast, Stassi shared her future plans, stating that she hopes to return to her former podcast, go back on tour, and create a new series based on her second book, Off With My Head, The Definitive Basic Bitch Handbook to Surviving Rock Bottom. A new series. Okay. One thing I've learned over the last 2 years is to focus on, one thing at a time and really put my all into that one thing and then move on to the next. And so in my brain, I put everything I had into this book. And now, there was the wedding. And the next step this summer is to focus on restarting my podcast. And then eventually I can be like, let's do the podcast tour again. And does somebody want to buy the rights to Off With My Head so I can produce a show, because I have lots of ideas. So that's where my vision board is. But I'm making, it one step at a time. All right. Now, we know Vanderpump Rules Season 10 is set to go into production anytime now. And speaking of Vanderpump Rules Season 10, everybody's been wanting to know, when is Shorts and Sandys actually opening? When Zach and I did our Spilling Tea Live podcast tour and did Los Angeles, we were actually talking with Tom and Tom about throwing the after party at Shorts and Sandys, but it wasn't open yet. Now they're explaining when it comes to the venue, well, we don't have a hard date, but we're going to open it, it looks like, in July, towards the end of July. And this is what he said on the May 25th episode of Do Me After Dark podcast. We pretty much had to commit to an event, so we have to be ready for that event in July. So we'll probably open there to the public very shortly after that. According to Shorts, he and Sandoval are very hyped about opening their doors, which he admitted has been a long time coming. And while getting their new spot open has been rough, he believes the fans will enjoy the vibe. This is what they're calling the lounge. I love Shorts and Sandoval because they're so funny with the way that they tease this. It's kind of a groovy, funky, semi-tropical cocktail lounge. We'll be playing music, delicious cocktails. It's like a friendly neighborhood lounge. I think people are really gonna dig it. We love Franklin Village. I think I can speak for Tom and I. It's like one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of Los Angeles. And then, of course, Shorts goes on and says, it's just a really cool neighborhood. We hope that the neighborhood accepts us because we're super proud to be a part of it. And then they also said regarding some of their drinks, everyone likes Mai Tais. You have a Mai Tai in your hand, life is good, things are looking up. We came up with, I think, roughly about 30 when they're talking about opinions for different concoctions, cocktails. Came up with about 30 and they've narrowed it down to now 20. And they're going to continue to narrow it down, of course. And it's always nice to be able to bounce ideas off of somebody versus if I just give Sheena Shea a drink, she's going to be like, oh, it's good. But somebody who's in the industry, a well-known mixologist, they'll be like, okay, I'm thinking about a chili chocolate, bitter cocktail concoction. And it's like something more like that. They are so funny with their cocktails. Guys, what are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about Stassi talking about her relationship with Lisa Vanderpump, wanting to sell the rights to her book and create a series? What are your thoughts about her talking about Kristen and kind of saying that she is a high maintenance friend, just saying? And then also Tom and Tom giving us not a definitive date, but sort of a date for Shorts and Sandys in the opening. I know you guys have opinions and that's exactly what we're looking for. So go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye guys. Love you.